Frank Baum was born in 1856 into a wealthy family of businessmen, and he grew up in luxury on the family's estate. At an early age, he excelled at daydreaming, and apparently got so good at it that his parents decided that they had better put him into a military academy. That was disastrous, and at the age of 14 he was allowed to come home and resume his natural passion. As is the case with many artistic people, even those coming from business-oriented families, Baum was something of a mark. He wanted to be an actor, and right out of the gate he was promised leading roles by a theater company, on the condition that he first make a significant investment in their stock of costumes. He made the investment, but the leading roles never materialized. Sometime later he moved his ever-patient wife and their 4 sons to Chicago, where he met with W. W. Inslow, the remarkable illustrator. Collaboration with Inslow turned Baum's luck around completely. In 1899 they published Father Goose, a collection of nursery rhymes by Mother Goose's husband, and it was the best-selling children's book of that year. They followed it in 1900 with The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, which was the best-selling children's book for 2 years in a row, and which they immediately adapted for the stage. The Wizard of Oz opened in Chicago in 1902 and was performed there, on Broadway, and across the United States by pretty much the same cast for the next 9 years. The vast majority of people these days know Baum's tale through Victor Fleming's film adaptation, which is pretty accurate for the most part, but which, of course, leaves out a lot of the story. Dorothy does, in fact, end up in Oz because her house flies there in a tornado. She does kill the Wicked Witch of the East when she lands, and the Good Witch of the North and the Munchkins send her off on the Yellow Brick Road to see if the amazing Wizard of Oz can help her get home. But she has many adventures on the way to Oz that are not in the movie, and that are certainly worth reading. For one thing, the movie ends right after the Wizard of Oz takes off in his balloon without Dorothy, but that incident is only about halfway through the book. There's the Queen of the Field Mice, for example, and the entirely ceramic dainty China country, both of which add new worlds to the already kaleidoscopic land of Oz. The Queen of the Field Mice, in fact, gives Dorothy a magic whistle to call on the help of the mice, and later in the book they deliver critical knowledge about a charmed hat, which lets Dorothy call on the flying monkeys, who are not at all the evil beasts they are presented as in the movie. Scholars studying the Oz books have come up with all sorts of political and spiritual allegories within them. It's been explained as a metaphor for populist politics in the 1890s. It's been said that the Wicked Witch of the West was killed by baptismal water that redeems all the characters. But Baum's stated purpose was to affect society in a different way. He wanted to create a better fairy tale. In his introduction, he explains, "The time has come for a series of newer wonder tales, in which the stereotyped genie, dwarf, and fairy are eliminated, together with all the horrible and blood-curdling incidents devised by their authors to point a fearsome moral to each tale." Baum's revolution was to create pure entertainment, as unburdened of any other purpose as possible. This becomes a morality unto itself. It really is a profound respect for the purity of a child's thoughts. And to show respect for the transcendent nature of that childish reality, we climb into it. We sit with the child. We refer only to that which is already around us. And we weave a tale that happens and ends without ever leaving that magical space. This is what Baum did in 1900, and with it he established something utterly original.